How to learn ratio analysis formulas in 15 minutes. Learning ratio analysis formulas are not easy, but with a few simple tips by the experts, it will become a piece of cake for you. Ratio analysis. What is ratio analysis? So basically, ratio analysis is a process to gain a deeper insight into the financial health of a company by comparing and analyzing the information provided in the financial statements. Ratio analysis formulas. To compare and analyze the information recorded in the financial statements, certain formulas are used. Let's have a look at them. Liquidity ratio, profitability ratio, working capital ratio, capital structure ratio, overall profitability ratio, liquidity ratio. The first one is the liquidity ratio, which is also known as solvency ratio. It focuses on the company's current assets and liabilities to analyze if it can pay the short-term debts. The three common liquidity ratios and their formulas are: current ratio, current assets upon current liabilities; quick ration, liquid assets upon current liabilities; absolute liquid ratio, absolute liquid assets upon current liabilities; profitability ratio. Another ratio is the profitability ratio that analyzes how a company uses its assets and how effectively it generates the profit from the equities and assets. Let's take a look at some examples of profit ratio and their formulas. Gross profit ratio, gross profit upon net sales multiply by 100. Operating profit ratio, operating profit upon net sales multiply by 100. Net profit ratio, operating profit upon net sales multiply by 100. Working capital ratio. The next one on the list is the working capital ratio. This ratio analyzes if the company can pay off the current debts or liabilities using the current assets. Some of the common working capital ratios and their formulas are: inventory ratio, net sales upon inventory; debtors turnover ratio, total sales upon NBSP, account receivables; debt collection ratio, receivables multiplied by months or days in a year upon net credit sales for the year. Capital structure ratio. Capital structure ratio is one of the important financial ratios that analyzes how structurally a firm uses the capital or funds to finance its operations. The examples and formulas of capital structure ratio are: debt-equity ratio, total long-term debts upon shareholders' fund; proprietary ratio, shareholders' fund upon total assets; capital gearing ratio, equity share capital upon fixed interest-bearing funds; overall profitability ratio. The last ratio is overall profitability ratio, that measures how profitable a particular firm or company is, or how it can turn its assets and capital into profits for future use. An example of overall profitable ratio and its formula is: overall profitability ratio, net profit upon total assets. Tips to learn ratio analysis formulas easily. 1. Understand. 2. Categorize. The first tip is to understand all the ratios, because simply trying to memorize them will make it difficult to remember them. So, try to understand all the ratios so that they can stick to your memory. Write down each ratio and work each out several times using different numbers until you have a firm grasp of what each one means. The second tip is to categorize each set of financial ratios according to the type of information it provides. Market valuation, liquidity, profitability, efficiency, coverage, and leverage are 6 categories in which you can place the most financial ratios. 3. Prioritize. 4. Create visual representation. Prioritizing the key financial ratios is an amazing tip that should be followed. So, prioritize and learn the most important ones first to remember them easily. Pick out the 5 most important ratios and learn them well until they stick to your brain. And last but not least, try to create an elaborate visual representation of each element of the financial ratios in your head to learn them easily. Connect each symbol by creating a story to keep them all together. This will be very helpful since our mind's tendency to remember in pictures is higher than words or symbols. With these tips, it will only take you 15 minutes to learn the financial ration formulas and store them in your head. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more such informative videos. You can share your feedback in the comments section below. In case you need help with your assignments, Don't hesitate to contact Assignment Prime.